Okay, next category. So this is again double the value of your $100 if you're keeping tally. And the answer is when these are present, the value of a product or service increases as the number of users grow. So now we're beginning to talk a little bit about the types of businesses that are enabled through technology. So what is the question to this? Well, this, of course, is network effects. And it turns out that in technology-based businesses, network effects play a huge role. So $200 from that same category. The answer is exchange, staying power, and complementary benefits. So these are 3 items defined in your text that you should be familiar with. And the question is, what are the main 3 sources of value that businesses derive from network effects? So network effects produce some results. Take a look at those 3 categories of value. It may be a way that you could think of a business to start that hasn't been addressed yet. $300 now from the same category. This type of high cost can create staying power for a product or service. So why would you stay with a particular company? This is a type of cost that helps to create the rationale for you to want to stay with that company. So what's the question? Well, the question here is, what are switching costs? So you can probably think of yourselves as your own situation as where you belong or use certain types of technology, and you often say, well, maybe I'll switch to another type of technology, but you kind of balk because of how much time it will take to learn the new technology, what other investments you might have to make to catch up, to buy other equipment that aligns with that new technology. So these all relate to this concept of switching costs, and it's an important element of digital business. The $400 question here is, when products and services that encourage others to offer complementary goods, this type of ecosystem can emerge. So that's the answer. The question here is, what is a platform? So we typically talk about a company, a digital company, having a platform that its users come into, make use of the services, and derive value from using that platform. So we will begin to talk about platform markets and how these platforms are created and managed in order to create value for firms. So the next answer is third-party products and services. This is a little bit difficult, and the question is, what can help firms advance their network effects? So here the idea is that, let's say you're in a platform business that takes major advantage of network effects. You may want to allow other participants to belong to your platform that offer additional services through your platform in order to attract more users and increase the network effects. You would have to carefully manage how many of those partners you want, whether they add value or whether they one day might compete with you and steal your business away.